Time now for Inside Out as SNY NBA insider Ian Begley joins us. And Ian, the consensus on Knicks Twitter was that the Knicks fan has seen enough of Julius Randle in New York. He did average 25 points a game in the regular season. So, Ian, how could moving Randle improve this team?
The only way you're doing it to improve the Knicks is if you're getting back in totality 25 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists. Those players who produce those numbers don't grow on trees, and I understand the ire against Julius Randle right now because of the postseason. I thought he had some good moments this postseason, but he had some moments where he did not help the team, particularly Game 6, where the Knicks lost to the Heat. However, you can't just dump Julius Randle because his production got you to 47 wins. Obviously, the playoffs, everything's under the magnifying glass, but the idea that you can just shed his salary, no, that's not how this works. You have to bring back that production or more to make a deal make sense for the New York Knicks.
Yeah, certainly not what the Knicks fan wanted to see in Game 6. Sort of the bad energy vibes left a bad taste in their mouth here going into the offseason. But, Ian, during the playoffs, you reported that there's a feeling around the NBA that this could be a wild summer with plenty of big names on the block. Do the Knicks have enough collateral to get involved in a deal for a marquee player?
Eamon, the answer is yes, but before I get to that, I saw a JJ in a shirt and a jacket. I was very confused. I'm used to Miami JJ. I don't know what he was doing in that attire. But as far as the Knicks and their assets, you mentioned the draft picks earlier, Eamon, and those are valuable. But I think even more so, when you look at these young players, let's go back to last offseason, the Donovan Mitchell talks, Emmanuel Quickly, Quentin Grimes. Those players were not what they are now. I think they've increased their value based on how they played over the course of this regular season. Teams know more about them. Teams saw them take a step forward. So I think that only increases their trade value. R.J. Barrett, he had a pretty strong postseason. So, I do think that the value of some of these young players on the Knicks has only increased based on this past season, and that improves the potential trade packages they could make to teams to bring a star into the Garden.
Ian, you are not allowed to throw me a Wainwright like that. All I can think of now is JJ, is Sonny Crockett, a Miami Vice 3 or 4, whatever we're up to now. But with all that you just said about the Knicks, how could this postseason impact the trade market?
Well, let's look at Sunday, right? Philadelphia losing to Boston, and there was, speculation around the Sixers all year, just teams wondering what would happen if they did not reach the conference finals, let's say, or the finals, and make a nice run here with James Harden, Joel Embiid. Harden, free agent. There's been plenty of noise, first reported by ESPN, about Houston being a potential destination for James Harden. Harden, I don't know if he wants to go there, stay in Philly, but I do know influential people with the Rockets, they're done with tanking. They want to see this team start winning. So you put 2 and 2 together, Harden to Houston makes more sense. And then if Harden leaves, could Philadelphia tell Joel Embiid, hey, we're bringing in X, Y, Z to make this better, to get us back to the top of the mountain? Or does Philly look at the bills to be paid for Tyrese Maxey and a Harden looking for a big deal? And do they say, you know what, let's start over. Let's just start over. And that would mean Joel Embiid potentially being available. So there's that. There's Golden State, where the owner has to figure out how to pay Draymond Green, Klay Thompson, and Bob Myers. That's a big bill there. They have the Chase Center that they just opened up. So there's a lot of different scenarios where top players could be available via trade, and the postseason is going to play a role and will continue to play a role in how that trade market forms.
That would be fascinating. Starting over in Philly. What do they say? Trust the reprocess? That would certainly be something worth watching. Ian, get some rest while you can with the draft a little over a month away on June 22nd. And thanks for joining us here on Honda Sports Night.